Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 125 of our BU 365-day challenge to do one thing every day that improves us. Today we're talking about financial beliefs. We're focusing on financial for the month of May, Money May I'm calling it, in my mind and in my thoughts and feelings and beliefs and what I'm doing. And that leads us to today's topic. Yesterday we talked about financial thoughts. Today we're going to talk about financial beliefs. And we learned a couple of months ago, what is a belief versus a thought? Our thoughts are things that automatically happen all the time. We can't stop our thinking whether we want to or not. There's a constant, steady stream of conversation, thoughts, and things running through our head. But our beliefs are thoughts that we've thought a lot, or a thought that has happened, or an experience that we had that we attach meaning and thoughts to that became beliefs. They became part of who we are, part of our decision-making filter, not necessarily intentionally. A lot of our beliefs we came by, most of our beliefs are formed when we're children. Most of our beliefs are formed when we are too young to consciously choose what we want our beliefs to be. So we end up with a whole bunch of beliefs, some of which make sense, a lot that conflict with one another, and some that make absolutely zero sense because they're just lies that we tell ourselves. So today, we're going to take that list of thoughts that we came up with yesterday, and I just did one page. I probably had thousands of money-related, financial-related type thoughts yesterday, but, you know, by the time you remember to write them down, I carried my notebook with me most of the day, except for when I went for a walk, which is probably when I had the most thoughts about it, right? So I didn't write them down on my walk, but I got 2 pages worth, and a lot of times we're thinking the same thought or a similar thought over and over and over again. So we're going to use this list starting today to identify our financial beliefs. So what are financial beliefs? Let me grab a magnifying glass, which I definitely need if I want to see anything. And what did I write down about beliefs? I wrote down, okay, this is not a great magnifying glass. The problems of the visually blind challenge. Beliefs that are seriously holding us back. And I found an article that was 5 beliefs that we have about finances and money that are seriously holding us back. And what we're going to do with this list today is we're going to do a couple things. Our action item today is to go through this list and put an M for mine or an O for others by each item in the list. I didn't do it yet because that's part of our assignment today. Then we're going to also put a K or a T by each item. So that means, is it something we want to keep? It's empowering us. It's a belief that makes us feel good and moves us in the direction we want to go financially. Or T for throw, toss it out, get rid of. I guess we could use L, whatever works for you. Keep, let go of, keep, throw, whatever works for you, use those letters. But we want to go through this list and look at each item on it and say, let's look at one of mine, for example. It's too expensive. Is that mine or is that someone else's belief? I think that's somebody else's. That's an other. So then I want to ask myself, do I want to keep it or throw it? Do I want to keep the belief that everything's too expensive to move me in the direction I want to go? Absolutely, positively not. So that's a T. So that's an OT. Out of here. Let's look at another one. I've got a whole bunch. Like, I can't afford that. I'll pay for it. Do I want to pay for everything? No. So I might throw that one out. I can't work for free. Now, that is definitely another person's, that's an other. So as you go through your list, I would say really, really question the O's on the list, because chances are if it's someone else's, you didn't consciously choose to make that a belief of your own. So throw it out. Why would you want to keep someone else's belief? All right, so what are these 5 beliefs that are seriously holding us back financially? Number 1 is the belief that money will make you happy. Absolutely, positively. If that's on your list, think about that. Is that yours or someone else's? Is that a belief, having more money will make me happy? Is that a belief that will move you in the direction you want to go? Or does that belief keep me stuck in the spot that I'm in right now and not allow me to be open and willing to risk and go for opportunities? Number 2, if I work hard, I will make more money. If I work hard, I will make all the money I need. I actually have still got a little bit of that belief. That is one I learned from my parents, because they were both very hardworking people, and my dad made a lot of money, but it was because he worked all the time. He was a total workaholic. And do I want to keep that? No, I want to make a lot of money, but not be the workaholic part. So that's a part keep, part throw away. I would say maybe that's a tweak. So instead of throwing it away or letting it go, I'm going to tweak and change that and create an affirmation around it that supports my goals and objectives and the things that I want, and create a new belief. Whenever we get rid of a belief, we need to replace it with something else, or the old belief will slip right back in. Number 3, if I can afford payments, then debt is okay. Boy, is that one that's come back to bite millions, if not billions of people in the derriere, because just because you can afford the payments doesn't mean you can afford the thing. And just because you can afford the payments doesn't mean something like COVID-19 isn't going to happen in our lives, or a sickness, an illness, an accident, a change in the world and in our world that makes it that we cannot afford the payments on that thing. Millions of people are stretched to the limits and living paycheck to paycheck. And then 4, money is the root of all evil. We actually talked about that in Supersize Your Business the other day, that is one of the most misquoted but sayings and idioms that's taken from the Bible. It's the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, not money is the root of all evil. But people like to use things to benefit themselves in different ways, and so that is one that's been exploited almost more than any other saying. I'd have to research and find out if there's a saying or an idiom that's been exploited and misquoted more than that one. And number 5, I don't make enough money to save money. That's kind of like I can't help other people or give value or be charitable now because I don't make X amount of dollars. We talked about that belief, I think, in spiritual back just last month. So those are some of the 5 most common beliefs that are keeping us broke and holding us back in different areas and aspects of our life, as well as financially, but financially for sure. Money beliefs are created through, and this was interesting too. I looked up and said, okay, well, where do we get our money beliefs? Money beliefs are created through trauma and those experiences that impact us. Money beliefs are mostly formed in childhood. I think we know that. And family of origin is the basis of our money beliefs. So we're not born with thoughts, feelings, or beliefs about money, right? It's all things that we learn. They're all learned behaviors. So the cool thing about that is if we learned it, we can unlearn it. If we learned it, if we adopted it, we can choose something else. We have the personal power and responsibility to make our lives better by choosing other beliefs and something else. So what was our assignment today? Action item, take your list, M-O, mine or others, and then K, let's say K-L and T. We'll do keep, let go of, tweak. I have to write that down or I'll forget. K-L-T. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow, and we are talking about, I already forgot. I wrote it down to remember it, and I forgot. That's okay. That's why I have a calendar. All right, any questions about this? Any challenges? If you've got one, you're not sure if it's yours or somebody else's, or if you've got one and you're not sure if you want to keep it or throw it away, hit us up in the comments below, and I for sure will help you with it. And then I'm sure there's other people in the group that will chime in as well. Have a great day, and I will be with you tomorrow.